Hello and welcome to the Hawaii Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us today. We have a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. And if your question is for a specific school, please name the school in your question so they know that you're directing it at them. Your cameras and microphones are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. So just sit back and relax and listen to this great information being presented over the next 45 minutes. This is just one of many different sessions happening. Be sure to sign up for additional ones where you signed up for this session. And this presentation is being recorded. It'll be available within about a week, again, at the same website where you registered. The top left part of the screen that I am sharing, you can see the order of the schools presenting during this session. We are in session A1, so you can see the 6 schools there. At this point, the representative from Lasell University is not here. So oh, yes, they are here. So we will go in that order with all 6 schools presenting today as part of this session. Well, I've gotten all the housekeeping stuff out of the way, so I will step out of the way and turn it over to our first school presenting, the University of California, Merced.
Aloha, everyone. Such a pleasure to be here. Mahalo for joining us. My name is Iona Nee, and I am the Assistant Director with the Undergraduate Office of Admissions at the University of California, Merced. I'm also the Regional Territory Manager for Hawaii. So UC Merced is the newest and 10th addition to the University of California system. The University of California is the #1 public research institution in the nation. We make up of 9 different campuses, and my campus opened up in 2005. As you can see the map, we are centrally located in the heart of California. We are roughly 2 hours east of the San Francisco Bay Area, 2 hours south of the capital, Sacramento, 4 hours north of Los Angeles. And what's unique about our campus is our proximity to Yosemite National Park. If you love the outdoors, if you love nature, many of our students live and work in Yosemite as park rangers, and we also do a lot of research up there as well. Being that we opened up in 2005, we're also the smallest UC campus with around 9,000 students total. And that's why many students choose to come to UC Merced like myself, because they want to get that UC education, but at the experience of a small liberal arts private school and at the cost of a public university. And also being that we're the smallest UC, there's a lot more opportunities to engage in research, internships, as well as employment. At UC Merced, we have 3 schools: the School of Engineering, Natural Sciences, and Social Sciences, Humanities, and Arts. And what's awesome is that none of our majors are impacted. Impaction meaning it's harder to get your classes, therefore for you to graduate in a timely manner. And at Merced, our students graduate in slightly over 4 years. So students do not have problem changing their major or getting their classes. And what's unique about our undergraduate experience is that we require students to fulfill 11 intellectual experience badges. And you can fulfill these 11 badges throughout your time here at Merced by taking lab courses, music courses, studying abroad, engaging in community service in the community, as well as participating in research with faculty. And at UC Merced, we ranked top 13 best undergraduate teaching programs for public universities. And what's exciting is our campus continues to grow, so does our programs. We just are about to launch civil engineering next fall. And when you come to UC, you're going to be more than a scholar, you're going to be a leader. 70% of our students are involved in on and off campus. We have hundreds of different clubs, everything from a napping club, barbecue club, Pokemon Go club. And what's exciting is you have the opportunity to pioneer the latest UC campus. You're essentially trailblazing and creating all the culture and identity. And if we don't have a club that fits your interest, you can easily create that here. We also have our National Athletics Intercollegiate Association, NAIA. It's a league below NCAA, and we are recruiting for those 4 sports. And if any of you love hiking, snowboarding, skiing, mountain climbing, rock climbing, snowshoeing, we have all of those outdoor activities with our Yosemite Leadership Program. And you're probably wondering, how can I be eligible? So the University of California has 2 minimum admissions requirements. The first requirement will be our completing the 15 A through G courses by the time you graduate high school. And these 15 A through G courses will probably look really familiar to you because these courses are required for you, or typically required for you to graduate high school. And just keep in mind, you must receive passing grades, so a 70% or a C- or higher, or if your school allowed you to select pass or credit, last semester, you can meet your A through G courses with pass or credit. And the second requirement will be a UC calculated GPA of a 3.4 or higher. Keep in mind though, the UC calculated GPA is only from the 15 A through G courses, and the GPA is only calculated from the summer after freshman year until the summer before senior year. And in terms of the application process, the University of California is just one online application. You can apply down at the link below. And what's nice is you just check mark all the campuses you're interested in. It could be UC Merced, UCLA, UC San Diego. You do not rank or prioritize them. And also know that none of our campuses communicate or collaborate on admissions decisions. And for our seniors, the application has been open since August 1st. You just cannot submit it until the month of November. You have until the 1st of November until the 30th. It is a hard deadline at November 30th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And there's just an application fee per campus of $70. However, there is a fee waiver available for up to 4 campuses. So definitely take advantage of that fee waiver if you are eligible. And then lastly, UC Merced is the only UC campus that offers WUI, Western Undergraduate Exchange. So being a resident of Hawaii, you're eligible to save up to $22,000 per year. And all majors are WUI eligible. So yes, all majors, you're not limited. And keep in mind the academic criteria. You just need a 3.5 GPA to be eligible. That's just 0.1 higher than to be eligible to apply. And for transfer students, you just need a 2.8 GPA. And lastly, UC Merced, we have our Discover the University of California Merced Fall Campaign Series. So every week up until the end of November, we're hosting different webinars for you to learn more about our campus, everything from our Student Voice Series to meet with our faculty, as well as how to best put your foot forward in the UC application. So we look forward to reaching out to you and connecting further. But I just want to say mahalo, everyone. I wish you all the best throughout the admissions process and look forward to answering your questions in the chat.
Thank you very much. And want to reiterate asking questions using the Q&A button. And if you have a question for a specific school, make sure you note that in your question. Next up, we will hear from Brock University.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So my name is Karen, and I am coming in from Brock University, which is located in Niagara, Canada. I'm a graduate of Brock University myself, and I am the rep for all of our incoming students from the United States. So just to give you a little bit of information about Brock University, we are a mid-size public Canadian university. We have just over 19,000 undergraduate students representing over 100 different countries on campus. 13% of our student body does come from outside of Canada, and we do have 70 different undergraduate programs across 7 academic faculties. So looking at a map of Canada here, you can see that Brock is actually very south. So we are located in southern Ontario in the region of Niagara, so only 20 minutes away from the Niagara Falls. I know a lot of students, especially coming from Hawaii, might think that we are very, very far north. But actually, once you line up the latitudes, you'll notice that we are further south than many of the main spots in Europe, as well as some of the Northern American states. We are one of the warmest cities within Canada. That being said, we are located within Canada, so we do have 4 very distinct seasons. Summers are between 80 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit, and winters do go down to below freezing. So here's a little bit of a close-up of our location. So as I said, we're about 10 to 20 minutes away from the Niagara Falls, 30 minutes from the Buffalo, New York border, and just 60 minutes south by car from Toronto. So flying in, you are able to fly either into the Buffalo airport or the Toronto airport. So I do get a lot of questions about studying in Canada and whether students can take their degree back to the United States afterwards. And the answer is, of course, yes. So all of our degrees within Canada are internationally recognized. 75 of our 96 universities are publicly funded, meaning that we all do adhere to very high educational standards. And Canada is actually recognized worldwide as a leader in education. Another reason why students choose to study in Canada is because we are very affordable. So we are actually on par with some in-state and less expensive than most out-of-state tuition. So our tuition is around $20,000 US a year, all in costs, including your housing, your textbooks, your food, your bus pass, your gym membership is between $30,000 and $36,000 US per year, not including any scholarships that you might be eligible for. Another great reason is that we do have paid co-op opportunities as part of your undergraduate experience. As well, being an international student in Canada, you are eligible to work part-time up to 20 hours a week on or off campus. So I did poll all of our international students last year, and we asked them why did they choose to come study at Brock. So the top 5 reasons, as you can see, are on the screen. I just want to highlight a couple. So the first one was safety on and off campus. So we are actually located in one of the safest regions in all of Canada. Canada itself is a very safe country. So to be in one of the safest regions, you know you're in a great spot. The other one is our affordable living. So on average, a 1-bedroom apartment in the Niagara region is 67% less expensive than living in someplace like downtown Toronto. Calculate that over the span of 4 years and you're saving quite a lot of money in your pocket. And then lastly, we do have a team that's dedicated to international student success. So as a student at Brock, you're able to take part in transitional and ongoing academic, language, and social support. And that leads me to my next slide, which is that Brock University is ranked top 3 in all of Canada for overall student satisfaction. This past year, we are number 2. And then we are number 1 in all of Canada 4 years in a row for mental health support services for our students. Brock University does offer 100% of our programs have experiential education opportunities. We also do offer global opportunities in 103 different countries around the world. And we do have Program Plus programs, which is Law Plus or Med Plus for any student that does want to go into those careers following their undergraduate studies. I did mention that we do have co-op. So we do offer 40 different co-op programs at Brock. 15% of our students are co-op students. So co-op is the opportunity to get paid work experience during your undergraduate degree. So for a 4-year program, you would get a minimum of 12 months of paid work experience. On average, our students make between 18 and 23 Canadian dollars per hour while you're still a student. And that leads to one of the highest rates of postgraduate employment in all of Canada at 96.5%. Now, I do just want to quickly go over our admissions process to wrap up because it is very different than the United States. So our direct application is open for September 2021. You can apply directly through our website or through the Ontario University Application Centre, which is similar to the Common App for all of the universities within Ontario. So we do require a minimum of a B average for admissions. We do base your admissions on your high school transcripts. So we do not require the SAT or the ACT or an entrance essay or references. So we're just looking at your transcripts. The only time that we're going to request you to have your references or an essay is for optional scholarship opportunities. So it's a very straightforward process there. If you have any questions, you can always email me at international@brocku.ca. Thank you, Russ.
Thank you, Karen. And I want to remind everyone that if you have questions, use the Q&A box to ask questions of any of our presenters. And if you have a specific or a question for a specific school, name the school in your question. Up next, we'll hear from the representative from Sacred Heart University.
Great. Thanks, Russ. Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming today. My name is Sarah Koloski. I am the Regional Director of Admissions for Sacred Heart University. I'm actually based in Denver, Colorado. So if you have any questions down the line or are looking to apply to Sacred Heart later on, I am your direct point of contact. So please don't hesitate to reach out at any time. So Sacred Heart, we are a mid-sized Catholic university located in Fairfield, Connecticut. We're an hour and a half outside of New York City and about 2.5 hours outside of Boston. We're about mid-sized, meaning that we have about 5,400 undergraduate students and about 3,500 graduate and part-time students. While we're kind of in that mid-size range, we do keep to an average class size of about 22, and our student to faculty ratio is about 13:1. So even though we kind of balance that high engaged spirit in our community, we also look to keep a personalized class setting as well. As I mentioned, we're kind of in this quintessential New England college town. So we share the town with Fairfield University. There's lots to do in the area, very big historical, artistic, innovative hub. We're also in the third most concentrated area of Fortune 500 companies. Since all of our majors require at least one internship to graduate, you're going to have a lot of experience and experiential opportunities right in your backyard. And then we're about on the express line, it's about an hour to New York City. So you're near all major airports and have no problem kind of getting out and about through all major states as well. We're sort of a hybrid of liberal arts meeting career education, meaning that we do allow students to kind of take the opportunity for exploration, but at the same time, as students are looking to define what they want their experience to be overall, we know that a lot of these programs require that higher learning. We're seeing about 40% of our student body come back to a Sacred Heart graduate program, just because we do have opportunities for students to have priority consideration in the graduate admissions process, and they're also able to start even taking classes in their junior and senior year of college if you're on an accelerated track. So it's a great opportunity to think about those 5 and 6 year plans and that return on investment. And a lot of times students do qualify for those assistantships, so really paying those master's years forward. Some of our top programs include our direct entry nursing program, anything in our health professions, including PT, occupational therapy, athletic training, sports medicine, and then I would say business, psychology, and criminal justice are in our top 5. But I will say that students have a broad scope of what they're kind of looking for across the board in terms of academics. We are a Catholic university, but it is not required to be Catholic to attend Sacred Heart. We became independent from the church soon after our founding. So I would say the big takeaway from the faith itself is our dedication to community service. Of the 100+ clubs and activities that we do offer on campus, Habitat for Humanity is our largest student-run club. So I think it speaks to the overall character of our campus, what students want to be involved in, and how they want to dedicate their time to serving others at the local and global level. We have 100+ partnerships across the board with nonprofit organization, including one of our longest standing partnerships with a mission trip down to El Salvador every year. And we've been hosting that event for almost 15 years. So students are looking to engage that more on the academic side, but also on the spiritual and personal side as well. Sacred Heart is in a very pivotal growth phase right now. These are some of the accolades in which we've received over the last few years. As I mentioned, we are top in state, top 5 in New England for all of our health profession programs. We've had 100% pass rate on the boards exams, 99% pass rate on the NCLEX, and we actually had 100% first time pass rate for our FNP program as well. So students who are coming in are very much successful as soon as they leave campus, because we know there is life after 4 years. But I also wanted to highlight that we have a top 5% of internationally accredited business schools in the world. We're top 20 in the country for performing arts with a direct connection to Broadway, just given our proximity to New York City, and also top 20 for game design and community service as well. So we're really looking for that high achieving, very motivated and dedicated student, but also wanting to do a multitude of other things as well. We know there's a laundry list of things that identify who you are, and we want to make sure that you're able to continue what you're doing in high school at the collegiate level, or maybe even try something new at the same time. In the last 7 years, we've had 13 new buildings introduced to campus. So again, we're really broadening our horizons in terms of what resources we want to offer our students. We do have up top our traditional East Coast diner, JP's Diner, in honor of our current president. We're one of 3 college campuses to actually have a diner as a meal option on campus. We also have our WSHU Public Radio and Public Safety Center to further communications both on and off campus. We're building additional dormitories, which is in the top right corner. We are a residential campus. Housing is guaranteed all 4 years, and we do have a 2-year residency requirement for freshmen and sophomores. We're about 80% residential right now, but with us building these additional dorms, we're looking to be fully residential by the end of next year. Our biggest project is probably the acquisition of GE's former headquarters. So great news for my undecided engineers. This is home to an 11,000 square foot makerspace, artificial intelligence labs, game design labs, computer science labs, and you don't have to be decisive on what type of engineering program you want to do specifically, since the College of Business and Technology is so broad. And again, it's something that is not impacted. The only program that we do have is impacted is our direct entry nursing. We also have our new Bobby Valentine Athletics and Rec Center, and we also purchased a community theater in downtown Fairfield to further the performing arts and the growth there. And finally, I just want to leave you a highlight of what our admissions process looks like. It's very straightforward, but if you have any questions about that, feel free to give me a shout. I'm more than happy to walk you through the process, but thank you again for coming.
Sarah, thank you very much. And I will remind everyone, use the Q&A button to ask questions of any of our presenters. And if you have a question for a specific school, please name the school in your question. Up next, we'll hear from the representative from Virginia Tech.
Hello, everyone. My name is Donnell Wright. I'm an assistant director in the undergraduate office of admissions at Virginia Tech. I want to thank you all for welcoming me into your spaces wherever you are. And to that respect, I'm in the comfort of my home, social distancing and stress-free into that respects. But I hope you all are mentally, physically, and emotionally safe and healthy and going through that. I want to welcome you to this information session. Virginia Tech was founded in 1872 as Virginia Agricultural Mechanical College. And at that time in 1872, we were essentially an all-male military institution. Now we are grown much more from that. We're still located in Blacksburg, Virginia, right in the southwest corner of Virginia. So we have a great bubble where we're surrounded by two mountains in the New River Valley. So a great opportunity for students to be surrounded by a robust form of environmental perspective. So if you love the outdoors, you're great into that respects. But similar to that, we've grown so much from we were in 1872, but kept some of those pillars. Like I said, we only had roughly 150 students, and that was then, and this is what we look like now. So there's a quick little snapshot of what we look like in 2020. Now we have over 30,000 undergraduate students, 6,000 grad students on a 2,600 acre land in Blacksburg, Virginia. We have a small student faculty ratio of 14:1. So even though we have a pretty large institution with so many students, we still have we have a focus of making sure that students do have the opportunities of working with having that one-on-one with professors with that student faculty ratio of 14:1 and with a class size at 24:1 into that respect. We're the largest research institution in the state of Virginia, with around 70% of our students are doing some form of undergraduate research throughout their times at Virginia Tech, going through ranking at 48th in the country for research in that respects. But some of those pillars that continued on since 1872 is the idea of service. Ut prosum is our motto for that I may serve. So service is very integral to the Virginia Tech spirit and nation that we have here at Virginia Tech. And that not only goes through the military perspective, that we still have that military perspective. With our Corps Cadets, we're one of the 6 senior military institutions in the nation. So if you do have an interest in serving your country, we have that in perspective for whether that's civilian and for military wise. But also for students to do that on a daily basis and serving the land that we're on and as well. Acknowledging that land that belongs to originally bestowed to them, and as well to in general, just the country overall. But that going into the idea of taking care of each other, that this is home. Virginia Tech is home, even virtually as abroad. We make sure that the students are safe and healthy and want to make sure that you are doing well and feel comfortable at Virginia Tech, whether that's virtually or not. So the commitment to diversifying the population that we are in now by 2022, 40% underrepresented, underserved populations is some of the goal that we've had our mind on. And right now we're at 39%. So we are making that way to making that goal and actually accomplishing that goal as well. That goes into the different 900 clubs and organizations that students are creating on the daily basis to create that Hokie spirit and Hokie nation that may have you interested in Virginia Tech overall. But some of the majors that we've definitely grown since 1872 is going to be, we have over 110 majors and over 200 minors and concentrations in our 8 colleges: Agriculture and Life Sciences, Architecture and Urban Studies, College of Engineering, Liberal Arts and Human Sciences, National Resource and Environment, Pamplin College of Business, and our College of Science. Agriculture and Life Sciences going to agribusiness, crop soil studies, human nutrition, food and exercise, animal and poultry science if you're interested in vet life. Architecture, top 5 in the nation for architecture programs, interior design, industrial design, smart sustainability, sustainable cities, art history, graphic design, engineering, top 25 engineering program in the nation, 16 different majors within our College of Engineering, liberal arts and human sciences, 55 different majors within our liberal arts and human sciences, family consumer studies, sports media and analytics, philosophy, politics, and economics, a lot of different majors within that as well. Natural resource and environment, #1 in the nation for natural resources, but that goes into more of the sustainability side. So sustainable biomaterials, wildlife conservation, forestry, fishery, water, our water major, and as well as meteorology. Pamplin College of Business, so many different majors within that, marketing, management, real estate, hospitality, and management, and a major we just opened up, which is our business information technology, which we added a cybersecurity route. And then our College of Science, which is more of our core sciences for students who are interested in nanoscience, neuroscience, microbiology, chemistry, psychology is in it, as well as computational modeling and data analytics. So a lot of those different majors. But I bring up to all of that because major certainly matters at Virginia Tech. So you will apply to one specific major within all of our 8 colleges to apply to when you are applying to Virginia Tech. So we're much different from other institutions. And that's what I bring in. A major certainly matters. So make sure you are applying to the intended major you're interested in. But even if you don't know exactly what that means, but you know you have a focus on it, you can do undecided for each one of the specific colleges. You can do science undecided, business undecided, and still be in that respective college to explore all the different majors within that college. As far as our admissions process, we go into a very holistic review to remove some of those barriers to make sure we are making ourselves accessible to every student. And we're going to look at students in a holistic review in reference to the academically and personally. So when we look at academically, we're going to look at your grades and as well as your rigor. We look at grades, A's and B's in all your courses, and rigor, we're looking at AP, IB, and dual enrollment courses that align mostly with your major and seeing if you challenge yourself competitively at your high school and your high school alone. Then we look at personally because we think you're more than just an intellectual scholar or student. We want to make sure that you are who you are and how you present yourself. To that respect, so we're going to review on 4 personal statements called our UPROs and profile, where you're able to reflect on 4 personal statements on leadership, service, your long-term goals, and resiliency. So we want to make sure that you are able to reflect on those things as well. But how to apply to us is going to be through the coalition application and the common application. We don't have a preference of either one that you take as long as you apply to those. These are our deadlines: early decision, early action, and regular decision. And as well as the main thing we really want to say is that we make sure that students are well prepared for the next phase of their careers, not only enjoying themselves at Blacksburg and at Virginia Tech, but as well graduating at a high rate and being well prepared for the next phase of their lives, making around $60,000 after their years. But if you have any questions, please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, and thank you for having us.
Danelle, thank you very much, and want to remind everyone, if you have questions, use the Q&A button. I know I've said that before, but I want to remind you to take advantage of that. And if it's for a specific school, make sure to name the school in your question. Our next 6-minute presentation will be from the representative from Lasell University.
How you guys doing? My name is Skylar Beckerman. I'm the Assistant Director of Admissions at Lasell University. I'm also an alum at Lasell. I graduated in 2016 and then also graduated with my master's in 2017. So to give you a little quick overview of Lasell. So we're 8 miles from Boston, so we're really close to the city. What makes our school really cool as well, we're also a quick walk away from the MBTA. So which is, if you're not familiar with MBTA, that's our subway. So we're quick walk. If you live on one side of campus, it's a 5-minute walk to Woodland Station. If you're on the other side of campus, you're a 5-minute walk away from Riverside Station. So with that being said, we're a smaller school. We're around 1,800 undergrad students and then 400 or 500 graduate students. So we're just around that 2,000 mark. So it's a very tight-knit community at Lasell. 13-to-1 student faculty ratio. Your average class will be around 17 students. Our max amount of students in a class is 25 students. So the only time I think you'll ever have 25 students in a class might be your freshman year math class, maybe your freshman year English. Other than that, once you get down to your core classes, you're going to be around 15 students. So you're going to have those small classes. You're really going to get to know your professors really well. When it comes down to it, when you're looking for positions or internships, getting to know your professors is really important because they can give you letters of recommendation. They might know someone that's hiring. they might still be in the field and they might be hiring. So getting to know your professors is very important. And with that being said, I think one of the best things Lasell does is our internship program, and I feel like that's our bread and butter. I mean, every single one of our students does at least one internship. It is a requirement to do an internship at Lasell, and is built into our coursework to do an internship. And each school has a internship coordinator that you're going to be working with to receive these internships. And like I said, we're so close to Boston, we're so close to the city. There's endless opportunities for you when it comes to internships. And like I said, we have the accessibility with the T. I mean, my first 2 years at Lasell, I didn't even have a car on campus. I just would walk to the T if I needed that. But you can have a car on campus. So after your freshman year, you're allowed to have a car. But like I said, I don't feel like our school's landlocked by any means because we have the T. I never really felt like I needed a car until I decided to bring one. 80% of our students do live on campus. It's really nice. I never felt like students really went home on the weekends. We're not a community campus by any means. It was really nice. And I'm originally from Pensacola, Florida. I went to school up in New England, and I went to school not knowing anyone. It was really nice that everyone, was pretty much on campus. And I felt like my first weekend at Lasalle, I met pretty much everyone in my freshman class, and that aspect was really nice. Like I said, I was very new, and then I also had the city as well. So we had our tight knit community at Lasalle, but at the same time, you can take the T and go right into Boston. Also, if you're interested in playing a sport, we are NCAA Division III. I know our volleyball coach recruits very heavily in Hawaii. So if you play volleyball, please, go into our Lasalle Athletics page, fill out our recruiting form, reach out to our coach. That is the best way to get recruited. Obviously, with Division III, we're a lower level than Division I or II, but we're still very competitive. But I believe in Division III, you have to recruit yourself. So if you have any video of you playing, please, all of our coaches' email is on our Lasalle Athletics page. Go into our page, reach out to our coaches. You have highlight film, send an email to our coach with your highlight film. And that's the best way to get in touch with our coaches. That being said, we're made up of 5 different schools. School of Business, so obviously like finance, accounting, sports management, School of Communication, journalism. We have sports communication, PR, graphic design, our School of Fashion. That's what I think also makes our school very unique is our School of Fashion. We have fashion design, so obviously the making of the clothes, fashion merchandising, more of the business side, and then fashion media, so the communication side to it. I believe that's what Lasalle is known for is our fashion school. We also do have School of Health Sciences, so athletic training, biology, biochemistry, and then School of Humanities, Education, Justice, and Social Sciences. That's our big one. So that's criminal justice, that's our education, that's our psychology school. So we are a liberal arts school, but I feel like we have a very great wide variety of different majors. And you can, check out all of our majors or minors on our website as well. So if you're looking to apply Lasell, we are on the Common Application. We are a free application, so obviously there's no application fee. And we also have a free application on our website as well if you're not using the Common App. With that being said, we are rolling admissions, so pretty much you can apply anytime. There's no deadlines. The only deadline we do have is our early action. So the only difference with that is that you would be applying just earlier. You would know your acceptance earlier. You would know your merit scholarship earlier, and then we are giving a $1,000 scholarship if you're accepted to our early action. So that deadline is November 15th, and with our application, all we need is your transcript, your letter of recommendation, and we only need one letter of recommendation and a college essay. We do interviews and portfolio reviews as well. You can sign up with that on our website, and obviously fill out the FAFSA to receive additional aid as well. I'd love for you guys to follow us on social media. I think our Instagram is a lot of fun. You can see what our students are doing on campus and some of our alumni. So that's at Lasell Admission. And then here's my contact info if you want to get in contact with me. Once again, I'm Skylar Beckerman. I'm Assistant Director of Admission. You can shoot me a text. You can give me a call or give me an email. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Skylar. I want to remind everyone, if you have questions for any of our presenters, make sure to use the Q&A button. And if it's for a specific school, name the school in your question. Our next presentation is from Iowa State University. Dan, I can see your screen and it looks like your audio's on, but I don't hear you. I can see you now, or I can see you. Yeah, not hearing you at all. It shows that your microphone is open. Like it shows that you're not muted in Zoom, but for some reason you're not coming through. Let's try this again. Again, we can see your screen now. That's working, but can't hear you at all. Let me try something here. Try unmuting yourself again. There's no reason why that should work, but I'm trying it anyway. Yeah. All right, bear with us, everyone. Dan, if you can click down next to your microphone icon in Zoom and make sure that you have a microphone selected, either same as system or select whatever microphone you have there. Maybe try unselecting and selecting another one. The sad part is we tested it before we actually went live and we heard him. So that's.
Anything now, Russ?
There you are.
Okay.
All right, I'll get
Thanks
out of
for
the way
troubleshooting.
and you go.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for being patient with those, with my technical difficulties. My name is Dan Clark. I'm a regional admission counselor for Iowa State University. I am based in the Denver, Colorado area, and I'm actually filling in for my colleague, Abby Wellborn, who is the point of contact for Hawaii students. So you're welcome to email me and I'd be happy to connect you with Abby to get any questions answered that you might have about Iowa State. A little bit about Iowa State. We are a large public land grant, Tier 1 research institution. We're an AAU member university. We're also, we have Division I athletics and we're a member of the Big 12 Conference. Iowa State is located in Ames, Iowa. Ames is approximately 45 minutes north of Des Moines. It's the capital and largest city in Iowa. And Ames is consistently ranked as a top college town, thanks to the many great coffee shops, restaurants, the great downtown, the proximity to a lot of outdoor activities as well in Ames and the surrounding area, provide a lot of options for our students. We're also close to a lot of major cities like Minneapolis, Kansas City, Chicago, Omaha, St. Louis. So when students are looking for those internships, co-ops, and jobs, there's a lot of options available in the surrounding area. At Iowa State, we have approximately 33,000 students enrolled. All 50 states are represented, as well as about 115 different nations. This naturally makes Iowa State a really diverse campus to learn and grow as a student on. And one of the many ways our students kind of find that like their place or that home away from home is by joining a learning community. We have about 90 different learning communities at Iowa State. We have 900 active clubs and student organizations. So anything from like hammocking club to something maybe more related to your major, you can find that at Iowa State for sure. With being a large research institution, there's a lot of opportunities as well to get involved in that undergraduate or to get an undergraduate research experience as well. Iowa State does have 6 colleges and 100 majors housed across those 6 colleges. We don't have any impacted majors, and students outside of the College of Design are directly admitted into their college. They indicate on their application. The College of Agriculture and Life Sciences, it ranks in the top 4 worldwide and houses 24 majors such as animal science, agricultural systems technology, and horticulture. Our Ivy College of Business has 11 programs such as actuarial science, MIS, logistics and supply chain management. We have our College of Design. This has 9 undergraduate degree programs, including some top ranked programs like an accredited architecture program, landscape architecture, and as well as interior design and industrial design. The College of Engineering has 13 undergraduate degree programs. Anything with an engineering at the end you can find in this college, like cybersecurity engineering. We have mechanical engineering. We also have aerospace engineering. And kind of a unique, cool fact about the College of Engineering is that more than 70% of engineering students will graduate with engineering work experience. Next, we have our College of Health Sciences. This has 19 programs. They vary from event management, which is ranked #1 in the nation by schools.com, to athletic training, to food science. And then last but not least, we have our College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. This is home to the largest amount of majors on campus. They offer arts and humanities, math and computational sciences, physical and life sciences, and many more. They are also home to pre-professional programs such as pre-med and pre-law. They are also home to the open option program, but you can be open option in any college. If you're open option in the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, you can kind of explore across a single college or across many colleges on campus. One stat we're really proud of is 95% of our students are employed or in graduate school within 6 months of graduation, thanks to the endless opportunities that our career services offices in each college provide to students. For automatic admission consideration to Iowa State, we use this unique formula called the Regent Admission Index. This will look at your test score, GPA, and the number of core high school core courses you took. And if you have a 245 RAI or above, you'll receive automatic admission to Iowa State. For fall 2021, we are test optional. So students that don't have a test score choose not to report that test score. For fall 2021, your application will be reviewed individually with an emphasis placed on your high school GPA and those core courses. We do have rolling admissions at Iowa State. We are on the common application, or you can apply through our institutional application on our website. We have a $40 application fee, and we are a self-report school, so we don't require you to submit a transcript at the time you apply. You can, we will use the information you include on that online application to make an initial admission decision. If you end up choosing Iowa State, we will request that you send your final official high school transcript to us, along with any college transcripts if you took college courses while enrolled in high school, as well as AP test score results if you took any AP tests. We'd have you send those prior to enrolling at Iowa State. We also have automatic admission scholarships. Students will be considered for these just by applying to Iowa State. And there's also departmental and college scholarships that students can find in our scholarship system, the One app. Here's my contact information. I'd be happy to connect with you or connect you to my colleague, Abby Wellborn. But thanks again for joining us, and go Cyclones.
Dan, thank you very much. And I want to thank all of our presenters this afternoon for joining us in this session. And I want to thank all of the attendees for joining us this afternoon for this session. Just a reminder, when you close this window, there'll be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. And this presentation is one of many sessions being hosted. Be sure to sign up for additional ones where you signed up for this one. In about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings, again, at the same place you signed up for this session. Once again, thank you so much to all of our presenters, and thank you for joining us today. Have a good one.